So successful was Kodály that even outside Hungary, the so-called Kodály method has been adapted for music education worldwide. Given Kodály's tireless educational efforts, it's surprising he had any time or energy left for composing at all. For example, Kodály started writing a symphony in the 1930s at the request of the great Italian conductor Arturo Toscanini. The symphony finally received its premiere decades later at the Lucerne Festival in Switzerland on today's date in 1961, and by that time Toscanini had been dead for several years. Even so, Kodály did not forget the original request for the work and dedicated his only symphony to the memory of the great conductor.
Got a bus station.
In fact, Toscanini was also
Coming in from the east.
one of Kodály's most popular orchestral works. It was at Toscanini's prompting that Kodály orchestrated his Marosig dances, a set of folk tunes he had originally arranged for solo piano. Composer's Datebook is produced by APM, American Public Media, in conjunction with the American Composers Forum, reminding you that all music was once new. Oklahoma's choice for classical music, 90.1 KUCO HD1, Edmond, Oklahoma City, 91.9 KBCW McAllister, 95.9 KCSC Woodward, Oklahoma City. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 2, and that increases to a 30% chance this afternoon. A partly sunny day ahead with high near 87, south-southwest wind 5 to 10. Mostly cloudy tonight, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms continuing with a low 73. South wind 5 to 10, partly sunny 91 on Friday. 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Heat indices to 98 west-southwest wind 5 to 10. Partly sunny, a 30% chance, mainly in the afternoon today in McAllister. High today 92 with heat indices to 103. South wind 5 to 10. Mostly cloudy, a 30% chance tonight, especially after 1 o'clock. A low of 76. South wind at 5, mostly cloudy on Friday with 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. A high near 93. Heat indices to 105 and a south wind at 5 to 10. Slight chance in Woodward today at 20%. A gradually clearing day, mostly sunny. 93 with south wind 5 to 10. Mostly cloudy tonight, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, low of 69. And sunny Friday, 90, light and variable winds becoming northeasterly, 5 to 10.
Hello, this is David Austin with the BBC News. One of India's best-known politicians, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, has died in the capital, Delhi. He was 93. Mr. Vajpayee was an influential figure in Indian politics for decades. From Delhi, here's our correspondent, Nick Beak.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee was India's longest-serving Prime Minister outside of the once dominant Congress Party. He led his country for 6 years in all, most recently until 2004. He tried to forge closer links with neighbouring Pakistan, although he ultimately failed to secure a deal over disputed Kashmir. The 2002 religious riots in Gujarat, where more than 1,000 people died, most of them Muslims, was another low point. But Mr. Vajpayee was credited with pursuing a more moderate path amid rising Hindu nationalism.
The chief magistrate in Genoa has said that as many as 20 people could still be buried under the motorway viaduct that collapsed in the northern Italian city on Tuesday. Francesco Cozzi based the estimate on the number of vehicles believed to have been on the Morandi Bridge at the time. Here's Dan Johnson.
After 2 full days and nights searching the piles of broken concrete strewn across this valley, rescue workers are still at it.
Oklahoma City Dodgers.
Trying to find those still missing. Some of their families are here waiting for news, but the chances of any more being found alive are now slim. Politicians are talking tough and laying blame, mostly on the company responsible for Italy's motorways. There are calls for Autostrade to be stripped of its operating licence. The government will publish its state contracts. Deputy Prime Minister Luigi Di Maio said the management should resign.
The opposition candidate in Mali's runoff elections, Soumaïla Cissé, has rejected the result which gave the incumbent, Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, victory with 67% of the votes. Soumaïla Cissé, who got almost 33%, said Sunday's poll was rigged and vowed to use all democratic
Cool.
By getting 2/3 of the votes, this was a resounding victory for President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, the man known as IBK, securing a second 5-year term in office. Like the last election, this was another second-round defeat for the former finance minister Soumaïla Cissé, who couldn't convince other opposition candidates to back him. Mr. Cissé has described the whole process as a fraud and has called on Malians to rise up. The fact that only 1/3 of the electorate turned up to vote suggests people were not too enthused by the contest. UN human rights experts say Japan should act urgently to protect tens of thousands of workers who are cleaning up the damaged Fukushima who were tortured. The UN expert said Mr. Rajab had been persecuted for expressing his views. He helped lead pro-democracy demonstrations at the time of the Arab Spring uprisings in 2011. A Nigerian journalist who was held without charge and denied family visits for 2 years has been released. Jones Abiri was accused of threatening to bomb the Shell oil company in the Niger Delta. He appeared in court earlier this month. The Committee to Protect Journalists has called for all the charges against him to be dropped. A Muslim woman in Sweden has won compensation after her job interview was ended when she refused a handshake. 24-year-old Farah Al-Hajj was applying for a post as an interpreter when she declined to shake the hand of a male interviewer for religious reasons. David Bamford reports.
The interpreting company based in Farah Al-Hajj's hometown of Uppsala had argued in court that its staff were required to treat men and women equally. Therefore, it could not allow a staff member to refuse a handshake based on gender. Miss Al-Hajj had opted instead to place her hand over her heart in greeting. By discounting her as a candidate for the post, the Labour court ruled by 3 votes to 2 that the company had discriminated against her. It was ordered to pay $4,300 in compensation.
The Polish President Andrzej Duda has said he's vetoing a law proposed by the governing Law and Justice Party that he believes would be too detrimental to smaller political groups. The government wants to change the electoral law so that parties would need to secure at least 11% of the vote to win seats in the European Parliament. The current threshold is 5%. Those are the latest stories from BBC News.
Tchaikovsky explored the idea of fate in his Fifth Symphony. Rachmaninoff overcame a period of crippling self-doubt to write his second piano concerto. On this week's Chicago Symphony Orchestra program, Jaap van Zweden conducts these works about destiny. Joining him is Russian pianist Denis Kozukin. This week with the CSO, I'm Lisa Simeone.
Thursday night at 8.
Good morning at 6.5 minutes past 9 o'clock on this Thursday, August
I like this little
16th.
area,
I'm Kimberly
even though it's
Powell,
halfway house.
And we're Oklahoma's choice for classical music. We'll join April Rutledge for Spotlight on the Arts at 10 today. Have 2 groups of guests, as I understand it, and the hour before that brings the 5th String Symphony of Felix Mendelssohn, written when he was just 12. We have the Piano Sonata Opus 1 of Alban Berg, probably the most often performed work for the piano, from a second Viennese school composer, and we're going to hear a wonderful performance featuring pianist Maurizio Bellini. We have a setting of Psalm 90 by Ralph Vaughan Williams, a beautiful arrangement.
This is
organ,
where we're going to
trumpet,
end it.
and choir. And we'll open with music of Tchaikovsky. I'll have an updated forecast for you, as well as temperatures later in the hour. In this case, we're going to hear the Andante Cantabile. All 3 of Tchaikovsky's string quartets are early works, and the Andante from the first has a